2026. And if I told you a year ago or even 8 months ago that this guy would be putting out a new record, you would never believe it. But he is. And we're going to talk about it today on Podcast Rock City Live. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week, the man, the myth, the legend, the writer, Joey Casada.
Welcome to the #1 rated podcast in all of the Kiss universe. And can I just say tonight, Sonny Pooney, you are looking handsome tonight.
Right down there is the goddess of thunder herself, Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
And up there in the corner, you all might be wondering who that is. That's Chuck. Chuck won one of our drawings, and the drawing was for a poster and to come on the show and do a show with us. It took me a few months, but I was able to work it out. And here he is. How you doing, Chuck?
I am honored to be here.
Awesome. It's great to have you, Joey. So we've got a lot to talk about this week, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. But let me start by saying I do thank you, Joe. You obviously we got Chuck on, a contest winner, which is so great, and you picked the one dispensable member of Podcast Rock City to just basically kick off and have Chuck replace. And I think you got it right.
Well, look at that. I know what I'm doing.
We'll find out.
Chuck is like, we're going to see. All right, let's go ahead. So we've got lots to talk about. So let's go ahead and get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
I will tell you guys that I got a new hoodie for my birthday. This is it right here. If you look, it has like the ace thing on the arm and everything. It is right now I'm already thinking about stripping down butt ass naked because it's so hot. I'm just saying.
But it's cold out. What, you got the heat up?
I'm in the basement and it's warm for a change. I'm not going to get butt ass naked. I'm sorry for all you lovers of Joe out there. And just kidding. Yeah. So Peter released a new a song and then admitted to the world that he has a record coming out. And so far, I will tell you that yesterday I looked and it was in 2 locations is where you can purchase it. Basically, iTunes. It was a record. It slipped my mind now. I'm sorry. But tonight I went online and it says that you can get it now at Target. Not right now, but it will be available at Target. Joey, did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. That's great.
Wow.
Now, when you say available at Target, are we talking vinyl? Are we talking CD? What are we talking, Joe?
I believe it said vinyl.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I'm looking again just to make sure I'm not lying. Bandcamp, you could get the vinyl, the CD, and the I guess the direct, download. You could get it at a local record store. They have, if you click on the link on petercriss.net, it'll tell you where. And then Target says vinyl next to it. So, hey,
first of all, Target's big time distribution. That's awesome. Congrats to Peter. And God, what else could we ask for, right? It's more than 50 years later, and we're still getting new music. It's phenomenal. I can't wait to hear the whole record. Obviously, with Ace's passing, he was the kind of the torch carrier of new music for the Kiss camp. Kiss hasn't put out new product in a long time. They're putting out the box sets, which is great, but hopefully Peter kind of takes that torch now and runs with it with his new record.
Yeah. Chuck, let's talk about when you purchase your albums. You told me that you're not a vinyl guy because it gets expensive.
Correct. No, I'll just buy CDs and I'll just go to Target and get the thing because they always usually do some kind of exclusive. It'll come with something different.
Yeah, I see behind you in your you have a collection there. That's all CDs. Yep.
Yo,
and tapes.
I got a lot.
Yeah. All right, cool. Lee, I know that you like vinyl too, but is that something you're going to pick up? There's 3 different ones. Silver, I think it's silver or gray. It looks silver, white, and black.
I'll probably just get the CD for sure for the start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a record player set up, but I bought Ace's 10,000 volts picture disc because it looks so cool. I just have it over here, but I'll buy Peter's CD so I can actually listen to it.
Do you think that, all right, Chuck, when we were kids and we would buy Kiss records, obviously we were excited if things were inside the Kiss records. There was, just like you had mentioned, there's always something in there. Peter Criss, being that he was in Kiss and he obviously had to learn from being in Kiss, you think there's going to be an insert like a poster or just a cool record sleeve or something? What do you think?
If it's Target, there will be something exclusive to their CD. I don't know what it would be, but usually 9 times out of 10, Target will do something exclusive. It could be a patch, a fold-up poster, but I can't really say. Should be something.
Yeah. The other day I showed when we were doing an exclusive show on Thursday, and I showed you guys, right, Joey and Lee, I showed you guys the 2 Ace Origins albums, right? Mm-hmm. One had Ace on the cover shooting a rocket out of his guitar. The other one was different. And I think there was maybe 3 different covers.
And Joe had to have all 3.
Yeah, I have issues. That was back when I had a little bit of.
Oh, don't worry.
I had a little bit of money to spend, and I was like, "Oh, look at this!" And to be honest, I will tell you that I was not going to buy the Target version until somebody said, "Hey, did you know the Target version's different on the cover?" I was like, "Son of a gun!" All right, so go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, so obviously, I'm actually a Spotify listener. I listen to most of my music. I consume most of it through Spotify, just because it's the ease of it, and I get it, and I'm proud of Peter for the way he kind of released this single. At first, I was a little disappointed because it wasn't on Spotify, but I got to tell you, if everyone took this route, and Peter, I don't know if it eventually will be streaming, but it is not streaming right now. It's only to purchase the new single. You got to purchase it somewhere. And maybe that's the way to go. Maybe new artists should just refrain from putting it out on all the streaming services and go old school and force you to buy it. I mean, God, it's the way everyone consumes music, right? It's killing the industry. Someone like Peter, who might not be going out on tour and might not be doing all this other stuff, to get his revenue off of this record, it's through record sales. It's through the vinyl sales through Target or wherever else you can get the vinyl. It's through the downloads. So go to iTunes, go to the App Store, go to iTunes, buy the new single. It's $1.29. It's so worth it. And it just feels good to not be able to just stream stuff for free. I'm proud of Peter the way he kind of started this release. I like it.
It's already on YouTube.
Is it really?
Hopefully Peter will see it and get it removed, but yeah, it is.
Oh, I looked for it earlier and I didn't see it.
It's so hard to police. That is the one problem.
Yeah.
It's hard to police, but you know what? At least give the fans the options at first to buy it and not download it or not stream it. I think people should, more of the bigger artists should do this, and maybe we can go back to a world where, you have to buy some music again.
It's tough because that's the way the world is going, is the digital. So it's hard to do that these days. I think it's just going to get worse. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the way it is sometimes.
Sadly, you may need to stream it.
Lee, do you stream music, or you just put on CDs or put it in your computer?
I do CDs, and then I have the Sirius satellite. I listen to that a lot. I may end up getting Spotify so I can listen to all the box sets and everything, because I don't get those.
Yeah. What about you, Chuck? Are you a streamer at all when it comes to music?
No, unless I'm at work and I'm just doing Pandora for background noise. But other than that, no. I like to buy physical copies of everything.
Hard copy. I get it.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, listen. So
speaking of which, I paid a nice price for the first ZO2 album on eBay because I couldn't find it nowhere.
Oh,
so I had to get a nice copy for $100.
It was $100.
$100.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think there was only 2 copies on eBay at the time.
What?
Whoa!
Dude, I would have got you one for the cheap price of $85.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
you need to do a re-release.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that would be. Hey, that sounds awesome. All right, so there's more news, and it involves the box set, but we're gonna put that with the topic of the week.
Well,
so let's go ahead.
Talk about the actual song, don't we?
No, we're gonna do that too.
Okay.
That's in the yes, absolutely. That'll be in the topic of the week. So let's get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City Topic of the Week.
Couple things before we get going. I will tell you that Joey and I did get a chance to read the article that is going to be in Destroyer magazine, and it's basically about Podcast Rock City, and it'll be out soon. It's, I think, the first ever English edition of this magazine, which is Swedish. So that's pretty cool. We're very honored for that. So just watch out for it. I know that when we get to Vegas, the people that put it together are going to be there, and they already told me we got some copies for you. So I'll give away 1 or 2 on here. This way, you guys can,
That's
get a copy.
Damn cool. I mean, what Kiss podcasts, Joe, are out there that are being featured in magazines besides the #1 Kiss podcast in all of the universe? And this is not this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. This magazine is available everywhere in the universe, everywhere, and everyone can get this magazine. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. And we're especially in the universe. There's even that comet that's flying on the other side of the sun right now. And they sent a message to us and said, where can I get a magazine with the #1 podcast in the universe?
If you zoom in on that comet, you could actually see the magazine on the racks on the comet. You can reach out to them. They'll send you one.
I'm pretty sure there's even a QR code on it to buy Joey's new book.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to go first. I will tell you that a friend of mine from Australia got the song early because, well, they're in Australia and it was already Halloween there. So it came out early, and he called me via Facebook. What is that called? The Messenger. And he goes, hey, I'm going to listen to it for the first time. You want to listen to it, Mindy? And I was like, absolutely. And I at the beginning, I didn't like it. I don't mean it. And it wasn't the harsh way. It wasn't that I didn't like the song. It's just I was expecting something different. That was the truth. So after about an hour later, it came out in the U.S. So I purchased it and I said, let's go again. I slapped on some headphones and I listened. I liked it a little more. I listened to it again. I liked it a little more. The next day, I was driving with my future wife, Karen, and I said, and it was Halloween. And I said, what do you think of this? Listen to it. She goes, it's a great Halloween song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, All right. So I get now what now do I think they recorded this song for a Halloween release? No. I just think it worked out that way. I'm guessing. I think it worked out that way. It's a creepy, scary kind of song. I did think that it sounded to me like a little bit of Bowie, a little bit of Alice Cooper, with definitely some what felt like some John 5 influence in with the music. I don't know who wrote the music, but I have no idea. I'm waiting on the liner notes. However, I will tell you that I listened to it today a couple of times, and it's grown on me, and I like it. Now, has this ever happened to me with other albums? Yes. That's how I wound up liking, and I'm not going to say it, Gene Simmons' last solo album. I almost said that's how I got to like Gene Simmons' asshole. That doesn't.
Boy.
Oh, I went ahead and said it anyway. After about 4 or 5 listens, I was like, man, this is actually really good. So that's how I felt about it. That's how I feel about it now. Chuck and I listened to it before we got started. I'm going to save Chuck for last. Lee, you heard it. What'd you think?
I usually take a few listens to really take it in, so I listened to it a few times today. I liked it. It was, like you said, perfect Halloween song. I think John 5 and Billy Sheehan were playing on it.
And Paul Schaefer.
On Paul Schaefer, okay. And
Paul
I
Schaefer,
was waiting for, I'm sitting there waiting for Billy Sheehan to go off, but he did. It's like real tame for him. It's just something I could play, really, but I liked it. It's very Alice Cooper to me. Alice could have done the song. So but I like it. At first I wasn't sure if that was Peter singing because it sounds different throughout the song. Like sometimes it sounded like him, sometimes it didn't. But I'm looking forward to the whole album for sure.
Joey?
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, same thing with you, Joe. And I'm notorious for this. I don't love music when I first hear it the first time. I remember I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I remember hearing Thriller for the first time. Loved the whole record. I remember hearing Crazy Nights the first time. I didn't love the whole record. I need to hear things and process them and feel the changes and just feel the song more. And the more I listen to Creepy Crawlers, the more I like it. I really like the vibe of the song. Peter sounds awesome on it. Drumming, first, let's go to his drums. Drums sound great. I love the groove. I love the 6/8 feel. I love the sound of the drums. The feel is spectacular. Peter's voice it's clean. It's creepy. It doesn't have that rasp. And I know Peter still has it because I've heard him sing over the last few years. He still has that rasp. So I think the rasp is coming on the rest of the record, some of the more of the heavier rock and roll type stuff. But this is a very different vibe for Peter. And the more I listen, the more I really like it because it's so different. It's so out of the box. Never thinking this is something coming from Peter. It's not the typical rock and roll song. It's not the ballad. It's not all the stuff you would normally expect from Peter, which I think is the perfect reason to put this out first. Now, all of our expectations are like, what? Now we don't even know what the hell to expect next. Because if he can release this, and it's a great Halloween song. It has this cool, creepy vibe. The little laughing at the end is so perfect. The bass line is very Halloween-esque. So I really like the whole vibe and the concept of the song because he really, I think, and Julian kind of wrote this in some of his posts too, the handsome and attractive Julian Gill. He mentioned how the album all sounds different. And he was surprised that maybe at first that this was the first single. But I'm glad it is because now anything goes.
Absolutely. All right, Chuck, unfortunately you only got to hear it through my microphone here. But what did you think?
It sounded great.
You thought it sounded great.
No, just through your microphone.
It was mono.
No, I'm looking forward to the last song on the album, Hard Rock Knockers.
Hard Rock Knockers. Yes, that is one. That's the bonus track.
I don't know. I'm like you. I hear the Alice Cooper. It's got that little vaudeville, like Welcome to My Nightmare. I hear all the singing, whatever everybody said, I just got to agree with. It's a pretty odd song for him, kind of Marilyn Manson like sometimes. Maybe that's John 5 influence, but that's not what I expected. And it's not the song that I expect to hear first. So I mean, I think everybody just wait and see what it is. I have no problem with it.
Yeah,
It's not a bad song at all.
We've got just a little over a month till it comes out. Peter turns 80 in less than in a month now, I guess. This is pretty, still
Awesome.
when you think about 79 years old, secretly putting a record together with friends, recording the record. That's pretty cool in itself. You don't get a lot of that, So let's talk about some other things. Where was I going with this? I'm sorry, my brain just went blank, which is unusual.
You know what I love, Joe? I love that. I love the fact that this is not. Listen, I know how the music business works today. This is not a money grab. This is not. I'm going to release this because there's tons and tons of money to be made. This is Peter being creative, being artistic, sitting at home and wanting to write some new music and record some new music. That's, over the years, I got it. I love Kiss more than anyone, but over the years, you get tired of hearing, well, what's the point of putting together a new record? No one wants to hear a new song. They want to hear Shout It Out Loud. They want to hear Love Gun. And I call bullshit on that. We want new music. We want people who create need to create. Musicians need to play. Musicians need to write. Authors need to write. Actors need to act. It's in their blood. And I'm so glad that Peter is doing it. He's not sitting home and just kind of looking back at the past. He's still creating. And he's, like you said, when this album comes out, he's going to be 80 years old. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Lee, if you put yourself back in lead that's 14, 15 years old, would you have ever believed if you could have gone back in time and said, hey, in 2025, at the end, almost 2026, Peter Criss is still going to be putting a music out.
I wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't have believed it.
That seems so old, when you're 14. You're like,
yeah.
I won't even be alive, type thing.
So, all right. So look, here's the thing. Remember what I said. If you don't know where to purchase that record, it's a pre-order thing now. Go to petercriss.net, check that out, and pick up a copy. 3 different vinyls, 3 different CDs. It's up to you what you get. I'll probably pick up the vinyls. It'll cost me around $100, but then I'll have all 3 and I'll show them on here and piss off Sonny Pooney, and that'll be fun.
So are we? He definitely was playing drums on that track for sure.
Sounds like Peter playing drums.
It sounded
today.
like it, but I don't know.
I mean, from what I heard, Peter plays on the whole record, drums on the whole record.
Great.
I don't have this confirmed, but from what I heard, he drums on the whole record. He sings on the whole record. Joe, have you heard this?
I have not heard that, but but if I'm going to hear it, I'm going to hear it from the horse's mouth. I'll email him. Go ahead and
No, truth. Yeah. Ask him. I'd love to know more detail.
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll email him right now. Let's see.
And guys, for people talking about, I see like people talking about Monster and Sonic Boom. I agree. I love that Kiss put out Sonic Boom and Monster. But again, we're thinking of Sonic Boom and Monster as, oh my God, Kiss is still putting out stuff. Guys, that was almost 15 years. Monster was 13, almost 14 years ago. And Sonic Boom was more than that, I think. So, it's been a long time. Ace was still putting out records and quality records, whether you loved every song or not, or loved the album, they're releasing stuff. We're getting new product. And, and I love that the box sets are coming out still too. I love that the soundboards are coming out. So we're constantly getting new stuff from, the band we love.
Exactly. That'd be so cool if they did a little tour or something. Wow. I don't know how you could you'd have to put a band together, obviously, but
He's got a band. Johnny 5.
Yeah.
A little robot that goes around and what was that movie?
But if he's got all different guests on it, you know what I mean? But
All right, I sent him an email. Let's see if he gets back to me.
And you got to remember too, tours. Listen, a tour might be out of the question, but doesn't mean
A few shows, maybe.
he retired from playing. But yeah, he could do 1 or 2 shows a year. Why not? Just to just like he's doing the record. I did that drum foundation event with Peter. He got up, played a couple of drum songs. He sang. I played drums in that one song. It was incredible. There's no rules, and just because someone says I'm done from touring and I'm done retired, but guys, if they feel like playing, they're going to play. If they feel like releasing a record, they're going to release a record.
It's Peter Criss. He does what he wants.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Exactly right.
Legend. He's a legend.
Okay, so I sent that email. I don't know if it's too late for them to get it, but we'll wait and see if they get back to me. I have a few things that I want to do that I thought would be fun. First of all, I want to do a poll. Everybody that's watching, there's 100 of you here right now. If you've heard the song, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on whether you like the record or the single. And we'll do that as our own little poll. I wanted to talk to Chuck a little bit. He's on the show. He listens to us. And obviously he's a big Kiss fan. So what I wanted to talk to him about was, how I've done this before. Chuck, how did you become a Kiss fan? How old were you? Do you remember?
No, don't remember how old, because it's always been there somehow for some reason. I was born in 1974, so I want to assume I got all of my Kiss stuff, probably hand-me-downs around 77 and 78 when everybody was getting rid of their Kiss stuff because of that era. But as far as I can remember, as far back, it's always been there somehow. Always.
Do you have a favorite member?
Ace. So I mean, if I'm going to go to the original guy, it's going to be Ace.
Yeah. What about a favorite record?
What's that?
What about a favorite record?
Couldn't really answer that. Depends on the day. Like most people, if I had to, it's either probably going to be Rock and Roll Over or Hotter Than Hell.
Okay.
Or Dressed to Kill. That's probably the 3 main ones to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember you've seen them in concert, right?
I'm ashamed to say only once. But that was 70.
Sure.
That was 78 or 79. I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Well, that's a good time to see them. That's when all 3 of you saw them.
But I don't really remember it.
Oh yeah, that happens. Okay, go ahead, Lee.
No, I was laughing. That happens.
Yeah, it's really interesting. What about without the makeup? Do you have a favorite non-makeup record?
I do.
Asylum. Oh,
Asylum.
Yeah. That seems to be one of the most popular ones when people say, what's your favorite non-makeup record? Asylum seems to come up quite a bit. All right, so now that we got to know Chuck a little bit, let's talk about the box set. Now, I didn't bring it out here today because it weighs 85 pounds. And do you have yours, Chuck? Go snag it.
I do. Actually, I just got the CDs out of the box because, like you were digging through the box.
Yeah. So
I almost wore the tie today, just to dress up for the occasion, but the tie looked really silly. So
I can tell you.
Oh
boy,
that was brutal.
Well, what were you wearing? Were you wearing your T-shirt when you put the tie on?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm wearing the tie at my wedding.
The Kiss Chapel.
At the Kiss Chapel, I'm going to wear the Gene Simmons tie that came with it. For those of you that
clogs.
And the clogs. No. Anybody that doesn't know, the box set came with a replica of the tie that Gene is wearing on the album cover of Dressed to Kill. So it's so far I think it's incredible. if you guys have not purchased it yet and you're on the fence about it, I can't talk you into doing it, because the last thing I would want you to do is write me a letter and go, I wasted $250, or I think the vinyl is sold out. So I would hate for you to be upset with me. Hawaii hockey, no cloth. What? I would hate for you to be upset with me. However, I will tell you, I have not gotten into the live stuff yet. I listened to the remastering of Dress to Kill, and I listened to a few of the demos. I never knew that it was possible to make Anything for My Baby worse. However, it was. So now I can tell you that Anything for My Baby on this is going to shock the people. Anything for My Baby on Dress to Kill is absolutely my favorite version of that song.
Joe, you did not get into any of the live stuff yet?
Not yet.
Wow. I mean, again, I know we're on the topic of Peter tonight, but holy shit. If you listen to the live stuff, the Kobo stuff, I forget where the other arena is. I think it's, God, I don't remember. But Peter is on fire. I mean, again, the early Kiss, it's really Peter and Ace. Peter and Ace are the fire on stage musically. You can hear them. Obviously, Gene and Paul are most of the vocals and stuff and the songwriters, but if you listen to the vibe on stage, Peter is off the charts. I mean, again, I've lived with Alive One forever, but when you hear other versions of just how Peter would play a song, you know, a little bit different every night, different fills, different everything, he's second to none back then.
Yeah. So you've listened to it, Chuck, the live stuff?
Yes. The one thing I want to bring up, and I actually had to Google this to see, because when I read the track list on the Michigan Cobo Hall Arena, I looked at the track list. Oh, Rock Bottom's the first song. Maybe that's a tack on or something. But no, they actually opened with Rock Bottom.
But is that true, or is it?
I Googled it, and one of the things that came up was it took me to a Facebook page, and probably about 6 months ago, somebody did a little thing on the Cobo Hall, and he said one of the only shows they actually opened with Rock Bottom. So the first thing you hear is the intro to Rock Bottom, Ace playing it live. That's is a weird opening song.
Well, give me a second. We're gonna. I believe Chuck, but I also got that book that aggravates people when I pull it out. Let's see.
But while he's going to get the book, some of the stuff that, you know, obviously you don't get to hear live, like Let Me Know, Two Timer, some of these songs that aren't on Alive One, they sound so good, and you almost like, oh shit, I wish these were on Alive, because they sound so good. I know after the reunion, they kind of put out that, what was it? You wanted the best, you got the best, where they kind of fake the versions of was it Two Timer and stuff like that? Let Me Know, Joe. Remember they redid those live versions and they called them that they were live from Alive One, and you can tell that they were re-records. These are actual recordings from the Alive sessions, and those songs sound just as good as ever. You know, you can really appreciate how much better the songs are on the live versions back in that early Kiss days than on Hotter Than Hell in the first Kiss record.
Okay, so this is what it says in the book, Kiss Alive Forever. It was 16th, right? May 16th?
Correct.
1975, Detroit, Michigan. There was 12,039 people at the show. Capacity is 12,039. It says archived on audio and film. This was the first of 5 concerts recorded for the Alive album. Live footage of the show was projected onto a screen above the stage. It was the first time that we headlined Cobo Arena, and everybody had this is Mick Campese. I said his name wrong. I'm sorry. It was the first time that we headlined Cobo Arena, and everybody had their families up for the show. It was a very big deal. During the day, the band was filmed putting on the makeup in the dressing room and walking around the corridor to the stage. At the beginning of the show, the footage was shown on the screen above the stage while they taped intro to Rock Bottom was played over the PA. Then everyone took their positions and started the show. That's the only time I remember opening with Rock Bottom.
And what a weird. So you're saying this is the first night of the Cobo Hall run. This is the first night that they're recording for the potential live record with Eddie Kramer. And their decision was, yep, let's open with Rock Bottom. Wow.
Maybe, you gotta wonder why. It's such an, and now that I've closed the book, I've got to sit here and go, did they explain why? I don't know. You guys, if you have this book,
I don't even remember hearing anybody saying you want the best and you got the best either. Not even, I mean, I guess they were yelled over the 12-string intro or whatever, but I didn't hear that either.
I think, you know what? This is kind of strange, but I think that when I looked at it on Spotify and I saw that Rock Bottom was first, I think in my brain, I thought, I wonder if they're going to put disc 1 on here.
Yeah, I got to tell you, my brain too. I just figured, okay, this is all just out of order. It doesn't matter. I mean, if it's in order, that means the set list was Rock Bottom, Strutter, Nothing to Lose, 2-timer, Let Me Know, Got to Choose, She, Parasite, Cold Gin, 100,000 Years, Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. Come on and Love Me. I'm assuming this is all the same night. Firehouse, then Deuce, then Rock and Roll All Night, then Black Diamond.
Yeah, and they do not have a set list in here for that night.
Crazy.
That's a nutty set list.
Yeah, and no Cold Gin, no, couple of songs are omitted, I guess, because of 2-timer and Let Me Know and stuff like that. So interesting. What a different record that would have been a live one with Rock Bottom opening, huh?
Yeah. Wow. As a matter of fact, I will tell you, May 16th, 17th, 19th, 22nd, 23rd. Okay, wait. None of those in here have a set list set up. Or actually, May 11th, from Boston. No, they don't have any listing for the Detroit shows. So you got to wonder when we're hearing them. Obviously we've seen the live videos, so we know what order they came in, but I don't think I have a bootleg of a night of them doing Rock Bottom first. Do you, Joey?
Not that I remember. And again, even if I did, I probably I'm telling you, until he just said it, I didn't even realize that was the opening song. I just thought it was out of order.
Yeah, that's crazy. Lee, you haven't had a chance to hear any of this yet?
No, I got to figure it out. Maybe I'll just buy it.
Yeah. I will tell you that the CD version is what I got.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty good. There's a few posters, right, Chuck? What else is in there, Chuck?
I haven't even gone through it. I just watched some videos. There's so much in there. The box is like another inch thicker than the other 2 boxes because there's so much in it.
It's a big box set.
Wow.
It's a big box set. It's got a hardback book in there. There's posters. There's like a Dress to Kill. I guess you want to call it like a display that like maybe a record store would have hung up. You can put it together and it can hang on something like a Christmas tree.
Oh,
cool.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that. But look, Chuck's going to open his box set. He's going to show me the tie.
I am.
And again, if you're a collector, these are all the things everyone wants, right? Obviously, the music is great. I want the music. I want to hear the songs. I want to hear the outtakes. I want to hear the different demo versions. But if you're into all the little collectibles, God, go out and buy it. Lee, if you just want the music, trust me, grab Spotify. It's all on there.
I'll probably do that.
I mean, comes with a room key, 1970, all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah, there's so many little things in there. As a matter of fact, we were doing our Thursday night show the other day, and I was finding stuff that I didn't see the first time I opened it, and I was like, well, this is, you know, they did this one right. Although I like the Destroyer one, and I also like the I really like the Creatures of the Night one. Joey, you do you have the dress? Wait, which one do you have? Creatures?
So I don't own any of the box sets. Again, I just, like I said, I consume them all online. The Creatures one to me is still the best one. Hearing some of those demos, the outtakes of some of those songs, the alternate mixes of the Kiss Killer songs, then hearing the Creatures live stuff. The Creatures one, I mean, listen, Dress to Kill is great. Destroyer was okay. I thought with Destroyer, correct me if I'm wrong, was kind of the first box set. I know they did like a deluxe Love Gun, but it wasn't as comprehensive as these last three, right? Destroyer, Creatures, and Dress to Kill are really the only three official box sets. Is that right, Joe?
I think so. I have the deluxe Love Gun. It's like it folds out, you know, and everything. Yeah, there it is. And I like that.
But
one
that's
too.
not like a box set like these.
No.
Right? Okay.
No. I like that too because it also came with a radio interview. Now that's something that I was really hoping that they were going to put on CD. As a matter of fact, when that's one of my suggestions, I'm going to have to do it again and say, hey, you know, there's lots of radio interviews. Let's go ahead and put those on there too. It's so cool to hear the band where they were mentally at the time. You know, it was, you know, I saw or heard an interview just the other day, and Gene said, this is my 5th interview today. I'm exhausted, you know, and that was early. That was early in their career, you know, so that's the kind of stuff I really like listening to. I can hear the music anytime.
You know, I agree. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jack.
The main reason why I buy these box sets, and it's kind of weird. I mean, this bonus disc here is awesome with all the, except for the 4 times of anything for my baby. I usually buy mainly for the 5.1 mixes, and that's why I buy them, because they come with the Blu-ray.
Right
now.
So, do you have the sound system for something like that?
Yeah, I don't have a Dolby Atmos, but I do have a 5.1 setup. And I can tell you this, the Destroyer 5.1 sounds immaculate. Because, and if anybody in the comments, if you've heard the 5.1 mix of Destroyer, it's mixed by Steven Wilson for one. We don't know who he is or whatever. But there's so many tracks in the Destroyer that there's a lot you could do with it, with the panning, because, you know, because of the big production. But like, for instance, the Creatures and the Dress to Kill 5.1, it's okay, but there ain't a lot to work with. And that's why I usually buy these box sets, mainly for that.
Well, I see, my thing is I've never even put them in because I don't think my system can do what it's supposed to. I know that my buddy Brent, that was his thing. He has a nice sound system, but he doesn't live near me, so he did tell me, you know, that it sounded pretty amazing. Now, I haven't looked at this either, but apparently is there a disc on there with video? So there's a couple of the promotional videos. You know, yeah. Have you looked at those?
I did. They're on the 5.1 Blu-ray.
Oh, so when you put it in the DVD player.
On there. Yeah, I watched it. In fact, I watched it the day it came out. I don't really remember much about it. It was just what it was, the promo videos.
Yeah, I think the versions of the videos that you see are the ones that they released when Dress to Kill came out. So, you know, it's the ones where one is like a double speed where they're moving real fast and they're doing all these things. And then one, you know, instead it's just a couple of like song videos. I haven't looked at them, but apparently have been all redone, put like
And you-
remastered.
You haven't. I talked to you earlier. You haven't listened to really anything on here besides for the Dress to Kill out. And you haven't listened to the demo alternate mixes or anything like that.
Nope, haven't gotten into it yet. And that's something that I'm planning on doing. There's a good chance that I'm going to do it after we get done here, because now I'm going, what the hell? I'm missing. My thing is I was going to put it all on my phone for my 4-hour freaking flight to Las Vegas, something to take my mind off of the fact that I hate flying.
And your 4-hour
The burning up,
We'll
the burning
see.
up with Fever demo is really cool.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of that. So, Joey, you've heard the demos?
Yeah, I listened to most of it. I skimmed through a lot of it. That Mistake one is a little bit weird. Some of it's okay. I mean, even the Burn Up Fever is okay. I could see why things don't make records, obviously, sometimes. But I love hearing like some of the alternate mixes. I love hearing, them just kind of stop in the studio on some of these takes and hearing them. I love to see, like you said, Joe, the time capsule stuff when you can really hear what was going on during the time frame of Dress to Kill and Alive, because obviously they're such a different band. They're brand new at everything, even the stuff in the studio of them just kidding around. And that's why I love the Creatures stuff. You hear them talking in the Creatures stuff, and there's one clip of Gene and Paul kind of making, I don't know if they're making fun of Vinny on one of the outtakes.
Vinny or Ace?
I think they're making fun of Vinny because they say, "Oh yeah, Vinny, oh," but having fun. I think like kidding around, but it's just so much fun to see the time capsule stuff on these recordings. Not just listen, I love all the pristine remixes and all that stuff, but I'm more into hearing, like you said, interviews and demos and stuff that captures the time frame, that what was going on in their heads. Even the songs that didn't make the record, I love to hear it, because you can really hear why they didn't make the record, because they were so different than everything else that they were putting on.
Joey,
go ahead.
You think that the Burning Up Fever demo, you don't think that would have fit on the Dress to Kill album?
I don't know. I mean, listen, obviously I'm a little biased because I know the regular version later on Gene's record and stuff like that. It's a little campy for Dress to Kill, I think, a tiny bit. Not that, Two Timers and Ladies in Waiting and Room Service isn't campy, but it seemed a little bit further to that side of the atmosphere to me musically. And that Mistake song doesn't sound like anything Kiss could have ever put out at that time.
It's country western or something. I heard.
Yeah, it's just so weird and different, but it's cool. It's cool to hear, what was going on during that time period.
Let me ask you guys, Chuck, where you were going with that? Do you think it would have fit well on the on Dress to Kill?
I do.
Yeah.
If you take it out of context of where it is now, I think, because it is a demo, I think if they maybe tighten it up a little bit or what, I think it would have fit on there.
Huh.
I really do.
Interesting. The right here's a good comment for us to talk about. A Alex 131, what's up? It says, does the panel think Alive would have had the same impact if the latest untouched version was released back then, or just how about just a live version, tracks in the order they're in, untouched? Chuck, what do you think? You think no?
No, because everybody knows it's the sound of Alive is the way they boost the crowd noise, and it wouldn't have been the same. Wouldn't have worked. No.
Lee, what do you think?
Is there an untouched version on it, or?
Well, apparently that's what it is, right? It's just mixed. It's not like fixed up or anything like that. It's just,
I'd have to hear that first, but
yeah.
I think it could absolutely have worked. I think, we're so used to Alive. So of course the Alive version sounds cleaner and crispier and punchier, and there's no out-of-tune notes. Paul's flat on some of the songs. On the raw version, he's just flat the whole song. So yeah, I mean, does it work as well? Of course not. But even without the fixes, you can hear they're on fire. They're playing there. You can hear the energy coming through those recordings. And I'll tell you, some of the drum sounds on these raw takes, and I know they were remixed and remastered and everything, and the bass, the tones that they're getting on these versions, they're awesome. Were the takes as crisp with no fixes, no notes that were changed and backing vocals that were helped out? Of course, a live is better, and rightfully so. They should have went back and cleaned it up a little bit. You don't want to listen to a live record 10,000 times like we've all listened to a live and hear the same bum note every time. That's all they did when they went in with a live. They didn't go crazy and redo everything. Almost all of Peter's stuff is the same. Almost all of Ace's stuff is the same. They had to fix some out of tune vocals and some bum notes. That's all.
Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Oh, hey, I got a message back from Peter Criss. This is what it says. It says, yes, I play drums on the whole record.
Yeah.
I am the only drummer on the record. And if you don't believe me, well, I don't know how to do this. Let me lower it down a little bit.
We believe you, Joe.
Let me.
Yeah,
let's
Peter.
see.
And I love that. I love that Peter, and I think he's
Amazing.
singing on the whole record too.
Let's see. I don't know. Yeah. Yep. There it is.
That's what we want. We want to hear Peter.
Yep. There's the email. He said, yes, he plays on the entire thing.
Again, there's no point. You can't put out a record if you're Peter Criss and you don't play the drums on it. Just
Right.
When Kiss did Psycho Circus, we wanted the 4 guys to play on it, even if it wasn't perfect and the best musicians in the world. The 4 of them had a chemistry that is undeniable. That's what we all wanted to hear. Instead, we got this perfect recording of some songs, and it's not what we wanted. We want to hear those guys play. They're our heroes.
Absolutely. I'm saying thank you.
Thank you. We
Because-
love you, Peter.
Look, I put thank you for that. And Lee says she.
I want to hear more about it. If we
loves-
ever get to talk to
Yeah.
Peter, fingers crossed. I want to hear more about the recording of the album. How was it tracked? Were you guys in the studio together? Was you guys all tracked separately, like in today's modern era? Was Peter and Billy and John and Paul, were they in the studio together at all, jamming at all, working on arrangements? That's the stuff I want to hear about.
Writing the songs together, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So look, obviously we have to talk about this again in December. So we're done with that. I hope, and with the Peter record, and as far as the box set goes, please go listen to it on Spotify or purchase it. Or even before you purchase it, I can tell you that so far I'm not disappointed. Just with the little things that are put in there and with the remastered version of the record, I really love that. Tonight when I get done, I'll probably load everything onto my phone and slap some headphones in and listen to it that way while watching some football. And that's pretty much it for the night. Chuck, man, did you have fun?
I did. I was a little nervous, but yeah, I did.
Don't be
was fun,
nervous.
thanks.
It's just like
I
hanging
got
out
a
with your
question for
friends.
Joey.
Yeah.
The drum intro on Living Now.
Ooh.
Where'd you get that from?
That was one of those things.
People do
It was 2 other people that did that exact intro. No way.
No, like that herky jerky feel. Mike Portnoy did it once, and he said he got it from Mikey D on the intro of King Diamond song. And where'd you?
No, it wasn't inspired by anything. It was just kind of triplets, kind of alternating hand triplets around the kit. We just, I forget who said it. I think David, the bass player, was like, we need a cool drum intro to this song. And one of the nights in the studio, I just started playing with it, and it just came to life. It was just a fun intro.
It's a very good one.
That's a
Thanks,
good.
Steve.
That's cool. Listen, there is one other thing before we go that I want to mention here. This is Kiss Vids posted this. This is true. The only thing that I wish they would have done was emboss the cover. Like the original album release, how it had the raised.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Way to go there, Kiss Vids. That's why you rule. We should write them a letter and tell them, hey, call them back. That makes sense to me. I can't believe nobody thought of that ahead of time. Or maybe it costs too much money. It's a possibility too.
That's a good point. The one other thing, Joe, just news-wise that we didn't talk about, I don't know if anyone knows Ken Nardi. He's like a fan, does a lot of re-edits and remixes. He's the one who redid, Hotter Than Hell, remixed Hotter Than Hell, and he kind of did that deluxe Elder version with all the different outtakes and stuff. He just put out a really great, I call it basically a Creatures of the Night tour documentary. It is phenomenal. It has tons of live clips synced with the audio from the Creatures box set. It's awesome. It kind of really captures what Kiss was. We were talking about like time capsule stuff. Tons of interviews from that time period that I had never seen before. Really just shows you who Kiss was in that 1982, 83 kind of tour. It's phenomenal. Check it out on YouTube. It's Frankenstein, I think.
Yeah. Joey posted that in our chat there, Lee. Okay, so Chuck, once again, thank you very much for being on.
Thank you.
Joey, you got anything else to add?
No, just check out my new book on Amazon. It's doing incredibly well. It's Kiss Drummers, the heartbeat of the hottest band in the world, doing incredibly well. If you order it right now, you could probably get it tomorrow or the next day with Amazon Prime.
What's the chances of that hitting audio?
It might be on audio eventually. I haven't gotten the chance to really do the audio yet, but there's always a chance. A lot of people are asking me about the audio, so there's always a chance. But it's a pretty easy read. It's not one of those books where you just got to read the whole thing. I like to call it a bathroom read. You can pull it in the bathroom, go to one chapter, go to a section of Kissery, and kind of check that 3-4 pages out while you're doing your thing in the bathroom, Joe. If you know what I mean. And it's one of those. It's one of those kind of time capsule things where you can just pick and choose your dates and see some really rare stuff from those time periods through the eyes of the Kiss drummers.
Yes. So pick that up on Amazon and just type in Joey Casada. Everything he does comes up there. Get it all. It's Christmas time. Lee, you have anything to add?
No. Just excited for Peter's new album, and thanks to Peter for making new music. We're all excited.
Agree 100%. All right. So before we get going, I want to mention a couple of things. Normally right now I do a drawing for a prize. However, I'm going to wait until next week. This is why. To give any of you guys that want to get into our basically our after school program, it's 99 cents. There's two different ones. You can do one for 99 or one for $4.99. Look at the packages. You can purchase one if you want. It's monthly and it's as little as $1. And then we give away something every month. This month, I'm going to give away a t-shirt from the event that we're going to, the Kiss Cruise Landlocked in Vegas. So if you win, you have to get in touch with me, and then we will work it out, trying to figure out how I could go through all the T-shirts and everything and take some pictures, and then you can say, that's the one that I want. This is the size, and I'll do that for you. And then so if you want to join, there's a little join button right below your player on YouTube, and click that and join, and we'll see you in the after school program, which is what we're about to do now. We'll see you there now. McMurphy, thank you. He gifted 5 Podcast Rock City Live memberships. You guys that are watching, you should be getting them if you don't have one already. It doesn't let you choose who. It's random. So check your inbox and see if you got one. And you know what I'm going to say? Oh, wait, I pulled this out. I want to show you. I got this a few years ago, and now that it's getting cold, this is what I have for my dog. Have you guys ever seen this?
Oh my God!
Good heavens!
Has it got dogs on it?
Animal eyes. Oh my God, that's great.
That's adorable.
So it looks like a cat, a raccoon, a lion, and a dog.
Put it on him and take a picture.
I will do that. I will. Yeah. Who am I marrying again? Karen. She is. You're
gonna get it for that.
Yeah. She just stomped on the floor. There's dust flying everywhere. She always tries to dress my dog up at Halloween, and this year I hid the costumes. So, and they have no idea where they are. So, ta-da! My dog is a girl dog for Halloween. So you know what I'm going to say? We love Kiss and we love Kiss podcasts, and you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.